Okay, so then this lecture I'm going to show you how to pull off the assignment, so structurally how we actually compose it in the spreadsheet using Google Drive. So I'm going to hit create, and then I'm going to select spreadsheet. It'll create a blank spreadsheet for me. So the first thing I'm going to do is up top, I'm going to put in a title. I'm just going to call it behavior spreadsheet. And yes, I do put a U in my behavior because I'm Canadian, so you're going to have to live with it. All right, up top here, what we're going to do is start with, again, a title. So behavior tracking. Okay, so if I click off of that cell, you'll notice that it bleeds over from one column to another. We can fix that by readjusting the column size real quick. So if you click on in between there, just double click, it's going to auto adjust the sizing. So that's the first thing we could do. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to type in OBS for observation 1, and we're going to continue that for observation 2. Let's try that one again. Okay, so you're supposed to have 5 10-minute observations on one particular behavior for one individual. Okay, so we're not doing many people, we're not doing many behaviors, we're doing one behavior. So it can be hair touching, face touching, opening and closing a door. If again you're tracking one individual, checking texts, etc. Okay, so once we get here, I'm going to start tracking data. So what I'll do is while I'm observing the person, I'll just keep hitting ones in there as a frequency within that 10-minute period. So first 10-minute period's over, and the individual, say, check their text messages this many times, and then in the next 10-minute period they did that because they were involved in something else, and then really got involved in their phone, and then less, and then really involved. So in the classroom, and we're really charting here more often than not students off-task behavior. So how many times they're off-task within a certain time period. That gives you a cross-section of the behavior if you've done it several times. So if you've done 5 observations throughout the day for 10 minutes, it gives you basically an idea of, on average, randomly how off-task they are. I'm going to resize these columns, so I'm just going to double-click quickly just to auto size back down to the material that's in there. So that bunches us up together, keeps it tight on the page. Next thing we're going to use is we're going to use functions. We're going to use the sum function. What I want to do is I want to go up to the last instance of behavior that we charted. So that's the column that we're going to stop in every time. So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to go to sum, and you'll see that it drops in the equation. Okay, it is correct because it's actually B4 to J4. Sometimes you just want to take a look at that, make sure it's charting the right range. And that's correct. So then I'm going to do the same thing. You notice I'm dragging over into the empty cell because I want all the numbers to line up in K. So all the sums will line up in K. Hit enter on my keyboard after the function actually appears. Do the same thing here. Again, paying attention to the fact that I put it all in the same place. There's a reason for that I'm going to show you in a second. And that one like that. Okay, so now we have the complete data set summed. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a chart from it. So what I need to do is select this column here, but only OBS 1 through 5, not the chart title, or not the spreadsheet title. And then I'm going to hit Control on my keyboard and select the other group. Okay, so I keep Control pressed down while I select the other column. At that point, I'm going to go to Insert, Chart, and I'm going to select just stock bar chart. Okay. Then we can customize that. Under Chart Title, I'm going to put Behavior. Tracking. Okay, so then I'm going to go down here. So we have this horizontal title down here. That's really observations. So it's the number of observations, right? And then if we get off of that so it updates, and then go down to left vertical, this one is actually frequency. And frequency should be italicized, okay, properly to do the chart properly. If I hit insert now, that's a correct chart. I can resize it by clicking into the corner and dragging it towards its center, okay, and we'll bring it down just a little bit. Next thing I'm going to do is write up a paragraph discussing the observation. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to highlight by dragging diagonally across from this cell here to here. Then I'm going to merge those cells together. So you see merge cell button right there. Of course, we could also go to format and merge cells and merge all. So there's always redundant paths. Okay, so I've merged them. Now that I've done that, I want to make sure the alignment is to the left, and this alignment here is up top, so the actual cell alignment's up top. Then after we've done that, we should really wrap the text to make sure everything stays in that cell. Okay. Once I do that, it should type in appropriately. So okay, so you're going to start seeing it go this way. That's okay. Once we click off of it, it's actually going to contain it to that cell. Okay, so if I hit enter there, you see it wraps around, and that's perfect. All right, so again, we did 5 observations of 10 minutes each. Relating this back to the classroom, again, we're probably more often than not going to be tracking a certain behavior in the classroom to give a frequency so we can pass that information on, whether it be to the intervention specialist, school psychologist, or to the parents themselves to say, you know, Johnny's off task X number of times. I did an observation on him in a structured format looking at this behavior and at this target behavior, and this is exactly what I saw. Once you're done with this, to wrap up the assignment, we'll hit share, and then you'll want to change it from private to anyone with a link, otherwise I can't see it. We'll hit done. I will try that again. So now that this is highlighted, I have anyone who has the link can view it. I'm going to Command C or Control C if you're a PC user. Then done. And then of course I'll go back and I'll drop that link into the appropriate Dropbox for this assignment on Angel.